How often should you be posting? I believe you should have a presence at least every day, but don't overdo it. One of the questions that I get asked all the time, what should you be posting on social media and how often should you be posting it? And there's so many different ways in which you can think about it. There's so many people who've got their own opinion on it. I'm not necessarily going to give you a hard, fast blueprint or opinion on what you should and what you shouldn't be posting and how often you should be posting, because what I want you to do is I want you to think about more about your audience and how you can serve them, because that's the answer to how much content and how often you post. How best can you serve your audience with content in social media? So ultimately, you want to be displaying yourself as an expert. That's the whole reason for using organic social media content and publishing content on social media. You need people to be able to see that you know what you're talking about, that you're an expert, that you have the skills, talents, strategies, tools to be able to help them in their life, in their business, to achieve the ambitions, to achieve their goals. And that's what the whole point of sharing content in social media should be about, serving them by demonstrating that you're an expert. But the second thing comes in from a demonstration point of view as well. Why not demonstrate to them how you can actually get the result? Frank Kern, one of the greatest internet marketers, one of the greatest marketing consultants on the planet. A lot of people love him, loathe him. He uses a phrase, give people results in advance. Why should your social media content not be like that? Why should your social media content not be used to give people results in advance of buying from you? If you can help them to overcome a challenge, satisfy a need or a desire that they have, fix a problem that they have in their life or in their business in any way, shape or form through social media content, and they get a good result from that, you're putting a huge amount of goodwill out there into the marketplace, out there into the audience, and people can actually see that you're getting the result for people because they're getting the result themselves. So demonstrating that you can actually do what you say is crucially important to demonstrating your expertise through what you say. And in terms of frequency and what you should be posting, video is a must. You have to be posting video. You have to be looking at maybe whether you do long form or short form, i.e. long videos, 3 to 5 minutes, maybe longer, maybe going live for 20 minutes, half an hour, maybe even just doing short little 30-second, 90-second little clips to be able to give value in social media, because video is the most consumed type of medium online. The second most consumed is audio, and people listen to stuff. So even if you take audio, and we can't post audio files directly into social media, but what you could do is you can kind of convert them into a video by putting like a static image, using some apps and putting the audio over it so that people maybe can see like a little pretty waveform. And we use wave.com to be able to do that for our stuff, for client stuff. But the other piece of content is short little sort of captions and images that people can like and share and things like that. Instagram with quote images works really well, but those little inspirational quote images work really, really well for being able to post. But another thing in terms of the type of content is organic content gets more reach, so it gets in front of more people when you don't put things like links in the copy. And so if you're writing something and you've got an image, maybe consider writing a blog post or taking a blog post and posting it in social media, like on Facebook or on LinkedIn, as a post. And so it's a slightly longer post. There's content in there, there's some tips in there, but no link, because it's going to get seen by more people in that way. The final thing that I would probably say is consider, when particularly thinking about advertising and how you can blend organic with advertising, and we think maybe more about Facebook, consider maybe posting more on pages than your profiles. Because if you're posting videos on your Facebook page, you can combine that with advertising and you can capture people who watch those videos as a custom audience, and you can consider sending them some adverts later down the line. It's a more advanced strategy. Maybe we'll talk about that more in terms of ads at another time. But for me, demonstrate your expertise, demonstrate you can get the results, consider a blended approach to the type of content. And the final thing is, how often? How often should you be posting? I believe you should have a presence at least every day, but don't overdo it by giving so much away for free that you end up with an army of freebie hunters following you, that of people who are never going to buy from you because you give so much away in terms of all your free content. I've been guilty of that in the past, and you've got to find this balance between inspiring and educating. And in organic social media content, if you can inspire, you can infuse, you can give some level of inspiration to people, and then you've got some real golden nuggets of some education, some tips and things that you can give as well, then that's going to keep them engaged. But then when you put an offer out there, or when you invite them to a workshop or something like that where you're going to give some training, you haven't given all that away in social media for free, because that's reserved for your event, for your product, or for what you do as a service. So give a daily presence on the platforms, on the channels. Consider doing that as a minimum. I know there are some people who will say you've got to be posting 5, 6, 7 times a day to be seen, to be heard. If you can post multiple times in a day, then do. But don't do it from a point of view of, I have to do this. Do it from a point of view that, is this going to serve my audience? Is this content going to be valuable enough for them? And do it from that perspective.